la política, la opinión. Sonaba un poco la política, la opinión. Sonaba un poco la política, la opinión. Hoy 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 un poco la política, la opinión.
Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's video, we are going to discuss Megan Thee Stallion. It's been a rumor where she actually got in a fight with Winnie Harlow. I don't know if you guys know Winnie Harlow. She is the young lady model and influencer, but she does have vitiligo on her face, but she's really popular. It's rumored that they got in a fight, and it's kind of disturbing because it's people are making claims that alleging that Megan Thee Stallion tried to force her to drink a drink. But we'll talk more about that. Also, we got some updates on Little Durk and Sean Diddy Combs. So without further ado, we're going to bring up our super producer. Super producer, are you with me? There you go with that shadiness again. I didn't get no claps.
Did you bring your own? Because I brought my own. Oh, okay.
Oh. So I got to bring my own claps. Okay. I see how it
I'm
is.
just asking, what did you bring?
I see how that is.
This is the crowd that I brought with me. You already had a crowd here. If they didn't clap for you, I have no idea. I don't know.
Why are you being shady today?
Today is Monday again.
Today is Shady Monday.
It came so fast.
It did.
First, I want to say good morning to Toy Mafia, to Kevin Walker. I want to say good morning to all of the veterans that
Veterans, happy
watch.
Veterans Day. Yes.
I want to say happy Veterans Day to Q out of the DFW, because we're a veteran. And anyone else that watches us from wherever you watch us, happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day. I think I got a lot of veterans that follow me on my other channel, so I got to make sure I put a shout out. And then my sister-in-law, happy Veterans Day to you. And her husband, happy Veterans Day to you. All the people that served, you know.
Everybody. I mean, I know loads of veterans because I'm from Virginia. That place is full of naval bases, Army bases, Marine bases.
Yep.
So happy Veterans Day to everyone that watches the super producer and knows the super producer. Happy Veterans Day to you. Second order of business. Flint, get out to the city council meeting today. Back up Miss Beverly Biggs Levy. She won the third ward seat. Get out there and tell your council members, put her in the seat and stop playing.
They
She
trying to
won fair and square. The
overturn
people
the
voted.
election or something.
They had an election. The people voted. Miss Beverly Biggs Levy won. Get down there to your local council meeting today and tell them people during your public comment to go ahead and swear in Beverly Biggs Levy because she won and stop playing with the people. At some point, y'all got to stand up for yourselves and start speaking for yourselves. You don't need anyone to do it. Go down there and do it yourself. You voted her. All the people that voted her, go down there and do it. Go down there and tell them, stop playing with y'all. Stop playing in y'all face. Now is not the time. Put Miss Beverly in that seat and get on with the business of the people because that's absolutely insane. Okay? That's what I got to say about that. And take your friends, take your neighbors, take everybody. Okay? Um, Horrible weekend in football this weekend. I don't want to talk about it until Friday because I'm pissed. But
Is that why you got attitude?
we'll get into that on Friday. That is yesterday was messed my picks up.
Oh, it did.
But anywho,
You see, Lions did a alley oop. They end up
oh
winning.
yeah, there was this man
Mhm.
who bought everybody on the plane that had a Detroit Lions jersey on a
Mhm.
drink.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And that was like, I love things like that. I love
Yeah.
reading things like that. I love seeing things like that because it definitely brings, you know, camaraderie to the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
It's like being a sixth man. It's where it's the team. They read that stuff. They get fueled by it,
Mhm.
and they are absolutely having a great season because of it. Because the fans are really getting behind them,
Mhm.
and that's what you need for your team. That's why the
Yeah.
Commanders is 7-3
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
people are starting to get behind them. The team is reading, watching that lots of people want to come play for them. And so they getting
Mhm.
it together. Jerry Jones, whole mess this weekend. That
Oh, he
man
was.
look a whole mess.
Mm.
I don't know what he about to do, but I feel like he about to do something drastic. So I'm just waiting today for
Oh my
something drastic
God.
to happen in Dallas because he lost again and they look horrible at home. So
Mhm.
I'm just waiting uh for that because today I know it's coming because he absolutely looked like a famished lion yesterday. People was asking him questions. He was like, I was
Do
like,
you
okay.
know if they made any trades?
I don't know if they made any trades yet. There was talk that Jerry Jones was telling the coach what they was going to do about Dak since Dak is out for the season. But Dak made too much for him to be traded. He might as well hadn't. I think he should have. He has to label him the franchise player, so he can't go anywhere anyway.
Mm.
But child, I can't wait because I know something's gonna come out of Dallas today because that man can't
Is
help
on one.
himself.
Mm.
He cannot help himself.
Mm.
But anywho, shall we begin? We do have an update on Diddy. I have like 2 updates on
Okay.
Diddy, uh, and one last surprise at the end, and
Oh,
that's it.
you got a surprise for
A
us.
surprise story.
A surprise. Okay.
We'll save it for the end.
Okay.
We'll start with this one.
Yeah, this is and only reason why I want to talk about this because we were talking about Megan Thee Stallion in her documentary and all this stuff. I don't know how did we get on Megan Thee Stallion? We covered
Yeah,
her last week.
you brought it up because I think there was a documentary
Yeah.
coming out. Uh,
And
I have started to watch the documentary.
mhm.
I feel like if you I'm watching it because I'm reporting on it.
Mhm.
Okay? Whatever that's worth. Uh,
Yeah, it's nothing that I would watch
but
either, so
she if you feel like you want to watch or listen to some incoherent talking at times, then I would
that's
say do that. If you're a person who cares about what celebrities do behind the scenes,
that's a good watch or
I say watch
suggested.
it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I would say I give it 2
Is
tomatoes.
it okay?
But She
I,
does come out and say that she lied to Gayle King, in the documentary. There were rumors that, she has, like, a drinking problem, and you can see that in the documentary as well. When she begins to talk about lying to Gayle King, she's intoxicated, and it's like I think it's morning time, and she's intoxicated. So it's like a weird I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely, you know,
I
I'd
thought
say
she
go and
was
watch
on
like
this.
5, 10 minutes of it.
Okay, but I thought on this documentary she was trying to champion like sobriety and all the things that she went through.
Maybe by the end, I haven't finished it. I haven't
Okay,
finished it.
okay,
You know,
okay.
maybe that's something that she's gonna discuss by the end, you know.
Hmm.
I was pretty much like in the beginning,
Okay.
portions and,
Mm.
um, maybe, that's why she's showing it, to show how she's trying to change, but
Change her life
according to this
around.
article, what happened? They
Okay, so according to this article, Jason Lee, he has all the gossip. Jason Lee, he used to work. I don't know if he was a founder or co-founder, but co-founder of Hollywood Unlocked.
Oh, he was
So
the founder.
yeah, yeah, founder of Hollywood Unlocked. But he said he's alleging that on his podcast, Megan Thee Stallion and model Winnie Harlow were involved in a fight at the Michael Rubin party.
Mm.
And there's supposed to be a video about this. I don't want to play the video. I think I found it, but they'll probably demonetize it if we play it. But anyway, is saying Megan, this is what he says in his podcast. Megan, listen, I wish you the best. You seem happy today. Everybody keeps asking me to release the tea on Megan. She got in a fight with Winnie Harlow at the Michael Rubin's party. I don't have all the full details yet, and I'm waiting on the video. But I've texted Megan and Winnie, so here you go. So I don't know where's this going to lead, but it's not a
Ain't gonna
good
lead
look.
nowhere 'cause, Meg don't want them hands from Winnie. Cause let me tell you one thing, Winnie
Hmm.
Winnie, I like her if you follow her on social media, she's
Hmm.
transparent.
Hmm.
She will tell you that she will whoop her if she have to, and she is very tall. She
Hmm.
has a very long reach with
Hmm.
them arms. So
Hmm.
Meg don't want none of that because Winnie, she mean business. Like,
Well,
she
I
mean
mean, I
business.
think Megan's pretty tall too, so they probably
Yeah,
see eye to
not as
eye.
tall as Winnie, I don't believe.
Okay.
Winnie is, like, super tall. She is, like, super tall. Good morning, Q out of the DFW. Happy Veterans Day. Hope you're resting, relaxing, and salute to you, sir. Thank you for your service.
So I just don't think it's a good look. And then, she's um trying to, I guess, I think she's going through a rebranding period, and that's not a good look if you're trying to,
Yeah,
right some wrongs and
that's what I'm
trying
thinking. I'm thinking if you're rebranding, why are you
out there
picking
fighting.
fights with people? That's not like a I don't, I'm just
Yeah, yeah, no, you're right.
just on the outside looking.
Yeah, it doesn't add
Getting
up,
the
right?
Yeah, it made me feel like, no, you trying to get sympathy,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, because I don't know, I think at some point I felt like, Meg Thee Stallion was semi-canceled, because
Because of
there
what?
was so many, like, the opposing sides. It went back and forth, when the trial was going on, went back and forth between
Oh
people
yeah,
supporting,
yeah.
Tory and people supporting her, and then at
I
one
don't
point
think I don't think she was canceled. I just thought they chalked
no,
it
I
up
was
to
like
she was full of shit.
semi-cancel. I feel like people started picking on her, she said. People started bullying her
Yeah, yeah.
and picking on her, and that what she said. Um, but I think they did it because they saw some of the holes in the story.
Yeah, the
And
holes in the
so
story.
I
Yeah.
feel like for a little while, they semi was like, "Go sit down." You know, just
Yeah.
go sit down for a little while because we tired.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's what that was. But I kind of feel bad for her on that part because if these claims is true, I guess he got convicted by a juror. It's domestic violence, and you're saying that something happened to me. A man literally shot me, and you don't believe me. So I could see how that would hurt. You know, Nobody believes me. But
and
you
maybe they didn't believe her because of the drinking
the
thing.
drinking problem.
You know,
Well,
because so
that
many people
that
saw her
yeah, and
drinking
that
on
very
the day.
same night, that's when they got in the altercation. They was at the Kardashians' house. She
Uh,
she got in a fight.
I
I don't
mean,
know
I
if
believe that because she said when you have to watch the documentary to understand how she uh explains how she acts when she's drinking.
I could
And a
just
lot of people
imagine.
have uh, said that
It's
she's
too
not really,
much.
yeah, but she's not really the Megan that they know when she drinks.
So she a
And I
bitch.
often, there is alcoholism in my family, and so alcoholism to me, it does turn a person into somebody you don't know or recognize. They begin to talk and do things that they wouldn't normally do. I think it gives them a little liquid courage uh,
Mm,
to do things out of their character.
yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. I know some people. Their parents were alcoholics. So.
Yeah, I mean, it really takes over your life, or
Mm-hmm.
that person's life,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when they do it. And I hope that she sees herself at some looks back at some of these interviews that she did and some of the things that she did,
And she
and
probably said,
maybe,
"Dang, I was
yeah,
drunk then.
yeah, and
Look a
maybe
mess."
start to see, why people felt the way they felt, at those certain times, and begin to change the alcoholism. I want to know, you all get in the comments and let me know, why does alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and violence go hand in hand with music? Is that something that we're thinking kind of like goes hand in hand? Why does it? Can somebody put out music and not uh, be under the influence? Why does every studio session have to include cannabis? Um, I don't know. These are questions that I have. You guys get in the comments and let me know. Um, Carrington says it's basically the music industry in general. And yeah, so I'm asking in general, why? Like, I mean, obviously, we know that certain things happen when people are under the influence, and not all the time good things. So I'm just want to know.
Yeah, I think my father, he was a retired. He's a retired musician. Um, he never dabbled into drugs or drinking. So I was one of the fortunate people that wasn't exposed to that kind of stuff. But the people, some of his band members, they drunk like heavily.
Q
You
out of the
know.
DFW says stress, expectations, peer pressure, you name it. Beans, greens, tomatoes. I mean that that's what we talking about.
Hmm.
Uh I feel like um that's unfortunate that peer pressure is one of those things. Stress I can forgive. I can see that because there's deadlines that have to be, hit by the for the record companies and things, and you at different times may not feel creative. You may not feel inspired. So I get that. Expectations are huge. I put that up already. And
Oh, you
hello,
did.
Michael Shepard, whoever you are. I don't recognize you, but hello
Michael
to
might
you.
be from the 313. What up, though?
Um,
Um,
so I don't, expectations. Okay, I can kind of forgive that because yeah, if you come out strong, you have to stay strong. You have to keep trending up. So
mhm.
I do get that. The peer pressure thing, I don't know about that because we grown folks at this point.
Well,
Uh,
some of them don't start off, grown, So I could see
some,
peer pressure being a part of it.
yeah, some of them don't, but I can't see peer pressure being a part because, well, for me, this is just for me. For
Mm-hmm.
me, you're not paying no bills over here. And
Mm-hmm.
I need to pay the bills over here, and it's me that they expecting things from, not you. But see, I've lived a lot along, uh, quite a bit of time on this earth, so I can resist that. Some people cannot,
Mm-hmm.
especially these people are younger. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When they're younger, I could see them slipping into that kind of behavior.
money is important.
Unless, they have a good foundation at home and, they don't rear away from what their parents taught
Now,
them.
Meg Thee Stallion has a degree, doesn't she? Wasn't she a student at FAMU
Was it FAMU? I thought it was Tex, uh,
or somewhere? I know she has
somewhere in
a degree.
Texas. She
Um,
does, and she completed her degree during,
yeah, I remember
some of
that
the
there
height
was.
of her career,
Yeah, I
so
remember that she was, one time back, I think this was during COVID,
yeah, it was
uh,
during COVID
and
where
she
she
was like,
graduated.
"No, I'm just over here minding my business and, going to school." I think she had came out and show her cap and gown or something,
Hmm.
and, I thought that was great for her. I didn't think that she was, struggling with any type of alcoholism at that time because she was focused. That's what I thought.
Well,
Um,
you got to realize she did lose her mom. Once she lost her mom, it seemed like everything started spiraling in her personal life for her. Because,
okay.
like, right before that incident with Tory Lanez, I think her mom died all of a sudden,
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
so it's
That's right.
like,
I mean, I can understand it in that instance because now she's, alone. I don't know if she has any siblings or anything
I think she was the only child, and she
of that
said her
nature,
mom
yeah.
was like her best friend.
So now I get that
So,
portion. And,
so.
Q, I do believe it. I mean, I um, my brother is a independent record label owner.
Mhm.
Um, so I've been in a myriad of studios. I've been in Babyface's studio,
Mhm.
uh, in Atlanta. So, um, yeah, it is unfortunately that way. Not all people participate. Let me be clear about that. Not all people participate. Not even when people push it on them, they don't participate. They say no. Um, and I think this occurs more so when you have new artists coming into the industry because
Mhm.
they have lots of pressures on them to perform. So I do
Mhm.
get that. All right, we're gonna.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
Uh, we're gonna go from that to I think your next one was Little
Was this
Dirt.
Little Dirk?
Little Dirt.
Yeah. They're saying Little Dirk is facing some more charges. Besides the one that the murder for hire charge or whatever they was
Additional
trying to charge him
charges.
for.
Let's see.
It does have a video
Let
to
me
it, I
see.
believe.
Back in their homes to survey the devastating damage. Tonight, evacuation orders have
Child, what is
now
this?
to the mountain fire in Ventura County, where homeowners are being allowed back in their homes to
It's only
survey
37 seconds, so I don't know.
the devastating damage. Tonight, evacuation.
It's so many things in here. Nope, that's an emperor penguins. If you have it, you can bring it up. This
Okay, let
one.
me just bring it up.
But they do say new charges have been lodged against Grammy Award winning rapper Lil Durk, who was previously facing a federal murder conspiracy charge in Los Angeles in connection with an August 2022 killing near the Beverly Center. Officials announced Friday the 32-year-old Chicago rapper, whose real name is Dirk Banks, is charged in a superseding federal indictment returned late Thursday that adds two felony counts against him. Banks is now charged with 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, and 1 count of using, carrying, and discharging firearms and a machine gun and possession of such firearms in the furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, according to the U.S. Department of Justice.
So
Wow.
they trying to add more charges to him. So this is what they had to
Don't forget
say.
to unmute it before you play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper Lil Durk has now been charged in a superseding federal grand jury indictment. It alleges that he conspired with others to murder a rival rapper near the Beverly Center 2 years ago. Federal prosecutors say this indictment adds 2 felony charges against the rapper, whose real name is Durk Banks. 5 other defendants who are in federal custody are also charged. Banks is accused of ordering the murder, but the botched shooting instead killed the rapper's relative. Banks is being held in Miami until his transfer to L.A. for arraignment. If convicted, all 6 defendants face a maximum sentence of life in prison.
Just imagine you hire somebody and they
Special
kill the
delivery. Wait.
I'm sorry. You hire somebody and they kill the wrong damn guy. That's just like, then you're gonna go to jail anyway. Like, you tell me you stupid without telling me you stupid.
That is amazing. Like I said, I didn't know too many of the details of this particular murder for hire thing.
Yeah,
But now, upon learning that,
it's
oh my
crazy.
God, and the
But
person that they killed accidentally was related to
it
Lil
was
Durk.
his cousin. It was his,
Okay.
not Little Durk's cousin, the guy that Quando Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
They was trying to kill him, but it was actually his cousin they
Oh,
killed.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Another thing I wanted to point out. So Little Durk was sentenced. This was back in 2010. He was sentenced on it's some gun charges he was sentenced for. Girl, it was just the most craziest thing that they called it. They called it hazardous use of a firearm.
I just be wanting to know where did they find these charges for the black people? Because
They
boy,
just be making stuff
you
up,
see
I
that? Did
think.
you hear what I just read? That long
Yeah, that it didn't make
list
any
of.
sense.
I mean, you just rambling at this point. I'm thinking, is this real? Is this a real? I'd be like, okay, if that was me sitting there, I'd tell my lawyer, oh no, check that, because that didn't even sound real. That sounded like something they made up. Because they're gonna find every charge that's never been used. When it
1
comes to black.
count of use of interstate facilities. What do
What
they
is
mean
that?
by that?
And
I
what
guess
facility did he use?
I'm assuming because they had to travel to get there.
Okay, I'm still. Oh, so they're saying the highway was a facility? I mean,
I'm confused too. I'm just
okay, because I'm
confused.
way confusion, friend. I'm sitting here thinking, so he rented a facility and they knew he was staging a murder
Well,
for hire
so
plot. What?
how they got there was he bought them plane tickets, right? This is how you know he just hired some stupid people. These people are dumb. He specifically told the guys not to use any of my credit cards that's attached to me or my businesses. And they still use the credit card.
They was stupid for taking any type of ID, period. Like, so I'm gonna commit a crime and take my driver's license? Absolutely not. I mean,
And then, but why Little Durk show up before the hit with masks? They show him at the In-N-Out Burger, giving them the mask.
now listen, okay, so now I'm gonna say this. So those mask things, right? I don't even feel like they can use that as part of prosecution, because at one point they were trending fashion. You know what I'm saying? It was something that everybody was wearing them, because some rapper I believe came out and was wearing in his video. So then people
Okay,
started
yeah.
wearing them.
Yes, okay.
And so I feel like
What they and you know
okay,
what? If he has a good a defense attorney, they probably
thank
will
you.
bring that up.
Thank you, Q. Q said airports, bus
Bus
stations,
stations are
those
considered
are considered
facility.
tax
Yeah, that's
facilities.
I was thinking
That's
airport
why I
since they
said,
travel to
did
get there.
are they talking about the highway? Like the interstate highway? Because he traveled on the interstate
Yeah,
highway to get and so, why don't they never throw these types of charges at the white people that be doing some of the same things?
we they probably do. We just don't notice. We don't care about them. We
Well,
don't
for
care
me,
about
I
them
feel like they
enough.
don't list them. I feel like, I think there's an update on the Menendez brothers too, but, um, I feel like was this a charge for the Menendez brothers? When they actually got in their car and drove to wasn't it the cabin? After they did what they did, they took and drove to the cabin or the cabin that they father owned and stayed there, act like they had been staying there for a couple of days with friends. And so
Okay. Yeah. I forgot that part. No, well, they actually unalived them at their house, so I don't
right,
know how that
but they
would
drove
equate as
after they
interstate
did that.
facility.
Right, after they did that, they used the highway facilities to go.
Yeah, but I could see them not getting that charge. I could see if they hired somebody and they were from out of town and them they coming up with that charge.
For
But
me
this is California.
for
California
me,
be
if
coming
you
up with some new stuff too.
for me, if you're using facilities, you just using facilities to do stuff. If that's what you're doing,
Um,
why do it gotta apply when the black man is doing something? But anyway, I mean, it's wrong. Let me just
mhm,
preface that whatever they
mhm.
did was wrong. But I just feel like they find ways to make sure that it's a life sentence that we're facing, or it's something that's without the possibility of parole, or we're gonna be in jail at least a minimum of 30 years. You
Now,
know,
California still has the death penalty, right?
I do believe so.
Yeah, so maybe they're going to try to push for the death penalty or something. I don't know.
Wow, that's crazy. But
Um,
hey, when you involve yourself in these types of activities as a black man, you should, whether you have money or not, you should absolutely be thinking these things in your mind that you're not going to get treated the same. And it don't matter if you have money or not. You're
yeah,
absolutely not going to be treated the same way.
I think he should have been taking pictures with Gavin Newsom instead of Kim Fox.
Interesting.
You got in trouble in California. You all cozied up to all the politicians in Chicago. You need to be cozy up to the places where you committing these crimes at.
Well, if I'm committing a crime, I don't believe that I'm going to get caught. I mean, you know, I feel like it. And I believe this too, Q. It's a snowball effect for Lil Durk. So now they're going to be investigating all the rumors that people are talking about. I guarantee you that they're on social media, they're monitoring social media, and they're investigating every little thing that is being said about Lil Durk that he was involved in.
Well,
And if they
2000 and what is it, 15, 16, Little Dirk was picked up for a shooting
yeah,
when
and I believe they're
somebody
gonna revisit all those things. They're gonna
I think
revisit
they didn't connect him to it or they didn't have enough to charge him with it, but it was 5 different shootings. It's really
well,
crazy.
for me, I feel
Yeah.
like, um, now that he's locked up, people may not be scared.
Scared to talk.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's
Because,
true.
maybe at that time, they
They
had
were
information,
afraid.
but people were not cooperating.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that he is, behind bars and, they're moving forward with this, maybe they're thinking that people, um, are gonna feel more comfortable and able to speak. So we'll
Mhm.
see.
Mhm.
He's basically Chicago's Young Thug. We ain't claiming him for nothing because he ain't about to get out from this. Things are changing, are about to change here in Chicago
Illinois.
because Kim Fox
Okay.
is no longer the state's attorney. She didn't run again. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
I
even
knew
know
she wasn't
who.
running again.
I don't know. I'm just letting Carrington know because
Mhm.
really, she would probably be the person that would probably try to arrange some type of plea deal or something. We don't
Mhm.
know what this new state's attorney um, would do, and I don't even know who it is. To be honest with you,
I don't know who took her place either.
yeah, I didn't follow
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
election uh,
Yeah.
as much. Uh, but yeah, I don't know who will take her place. So it's gonna be interesting to see
Mhm.
all of the things that occur in this particular trial because this is a new regime. Um, and with all of the things that are going on in Chicago right now, police officers being involved in shootings, and there was one that was killed on duty.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, that's sad.
it's not looking good for Lil Durk in Chicago because they are definitely head hunting out here uh, to make an example and show people what it's going to be like going forward with this new state's attorney.
I mean,
Um,
I think that's a good thing because if you really think about it, Chicago, they have a low conviction rate. And I think it's a slap in the face if you pay taxes there and you can't even be safe. Children can't even play out in the street because they want to have these gang violent type of crime, and just it's just horrible.
I
So
mean, they
I
have a
think they
low
should have a higher conviction rate in
they have a
Chicago.
low conviction rate for a reason, because people out here are not protected. Uh, if they were to say something, you know, I feel like witness protection out here is a joke. I'm gonna say that. So I feel like that's why they have a low conviction rate because um, if you step forward, you definitely do not uh, have any type of protection, and they may very well say your name or release your name.
Well, you know, um, sometimes I do believe um, it's not it's not the citizens' fault. I feel like it is the prosecutor fault because remember that young lady that got killed. I think her last name was Presley. It's either Prescott or Presley, but she was a police officer
Mhm.
and she was
The
coming
one
home
that got
from her
killed in
shift.
front of her home?
Yep, she was coming
Yeah.
home from her shift. I haven't followed up. I think these guys got convicted. There were no eyewitnesses there. I'm a police officer, got killed. They picked those people up in like 2 to 3 days. Why can't you do that to any other victim?
Because they only use their resources to follow those.
Exactly. That's
There are
and that's
so
what
many
I'm getting at.
there are so many missing, young girls, out here. They have every day, there is probably a story that doesn't get huge media
Publicized, yeah.
coverage,
Hmm.
of young women and girls going missing. One in particular that really blew me was a young lady, uh, in, middle school who was going to get her hair done in the same apartment building that she lived in. It was like, in Chicago, the apartment buildings are like U-shaped. And so she lived on this side. She was going across to another one to get her hair braided and disappeared. And
Nobody ever found her or
nothing.
anything.
Nobody's following up. And I think Kurt, the super server, also posted that he does like insurance claims, and he went to investigate and saw in the back alley, on the back alley in the street, up on all of most of the garages, there were cameras. So he went knocking on doors, asking the neighbors, hey, do you have anything on your Ring camera? And he said this one particular neighbor said, I was the one that called the police. And I told the police that I have it on the Ring camera, a picture of the guy. And they told me, we don't normally catch these people anyway, so we're don't worry about it.
My
Kurt took the video
yeah.
and said, there's absolutely a very clear picture of the person. They could have put it on the news and probably found the person within an hour.
Carrington is a whole fool. He said Alexis Wilson have yet to be found too.
I can't deal with you, Cameron. I can't deal with you. And Q out of the DFW. No, I don't think that Brandon Johnson is going to give that money back. This man is in $1 billion deficit, trying to raise taxes here to an
Do the
astronomical amount. I absolutely do not. He needs to give back that money. He needs to rip all that stuff he put in his wife's office out. He needs to take a pay cut because right now he not working for the people. And Atlanta is no better, sadly. Carrington, please Google that right there. Please. That's too much this morning. You wearing me out.
Alexis Wilson. No, Alexis Wilson. That's the girl who claimed to be kidnapped and she wasn't. Remember that the black girl?
Oh, was her name Alexis Wilson?
I
Because I
believe so.
absolutely thought he was talking about Alexis Wilson from Dalton.
No.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what her name was. But okay. I get it now. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in his case. What evidence do they have now that they didn't have in these 5 other shootings that they feel like they're gonna get a conviction, is my question.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, I don't know if they came to me, if they don't have something concrete,
Because on the video you do see people jumping into the car. I think that's how they linked the car because it was a rental car. They didn't pay cash for anything. They used credit cards like dummies.
and so they
So
used his credit card. Was he in the car? I just haven't read.
yeah, well they have video footage of them. He wasn't actually in the car with him. They show him and his friend or cousin or something meeting at the In-N-Out Burger or something, giving them ski masks. And then the guys that actually committed the murder, they linked it to, I think, Little Durk's credit card. But then also one of the guys was wearing a wire. He was working for the feds already.
Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be
So
interesting
he kind of
to
snitched
see what
on him.
happens because we did see all those plea deals start flying in the YSL case.
Mm-hmm.
Are they, what are we looking at here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, the changing of the guard is happening here for the state's attorney, so we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's transition to Diddy. I guess this is a good transition to Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy's ex-party planner reveals the core of rapper's 500K freak-off party, wall-to-wall debauchery. I didn't watch this video, so I can't tell you what to say.
What it is.
Um,
Sometimes
but
a lot of times it don't be nothing to do
yeah, I
with the
don't be
subject.
thinking that it'd be relevant to whatever's in this article. The former party planner for Sean Diddy Combs has revealed details about the decor of the rapper's home where he hosted his infamous sex parties. They claim the Bad Boy founder used a unique mirror-inspired design, allowing guests to see themselves reflected again and again. The design also allowed Sean Diddy Combs to observe every angle during the reported sex parties at his home. And planning each of these lavish parties is said to have cost the rapper at least $500,000. The walls and ceilings were all covered with mirrors to see the sex happening everywhere. Oh my God. That's like being in a fun house. I would be so dead to Jesus. Anyway, amid Diddy's ongoing legal troubles, a former party planner from the early mid 2000s has revealed details about the extravagant design of his mansion during the parties he hosted. According to a source who wished to remain anonymous, Diddy wanted to experience the entire scene of his parties from every angle. To achieve this, he reportedly instructed that mirrors be temporarily installed on the walls and ceilings as part of the decor. Everywhere you look, you see yourself reflected again and again. This is, oh my God.
Freaky deaky.
For me, I don't understand why. Um, I knew that this was gonna happen though.
All these people coming out. Oh, you know
Now,
what
but you're
happened,
gonna
girl?
be anonymous. Don't be anonymous, because he gonna absolutely know who you are. So you might as well just come out and just.
I was a party planner for Diddy in 2000, between 2000 and 2004. Like, okay, I know who you are.
They said he would never haggle about the price. All he would ask is it going to be a great party? If the answer was yes, he was willing to pay.
Okay,
Some of
he
the
ain't
funds
cheap.
were allocated to providing great food and expensive alcohol for the guests, along with other forms of entertainment like dancers, acrobats, and models. On
Okay.
occasion, when Diddy wanted to go all out, he also provided more exotic forms of entertainment to keep his guests fully engaged.
It sounds like a great party until you start drugging people and they're not over their body autonomy. They don't
Mhm.
have complete autonomy over their body. So that leads so you're basically taking advantage of people. If he would have took out, and not necessarily take out the drugs, don't forcibly make me take drugs without my knowledge. That's number one. And number two, if I don't want to do it, I shouldn't have to do it.
This is interesting. Diddy's freak offs have been described as wild gatherings involving multiple women engaging in sex with male prostitutes. It also has been mentioned that a number of high profile celebrities attended these hedonistic parties. They were allegedly also filled with instances where the music mogul exalted female victims by hitting, kicking, dragging, and throwing objects at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
This says the rapper reportedly had an NDA for his freak off parties. So,
mhm.
how is the party planner speaking?
Who is that? Go down or go back up. Who is that? The lady.
I don't know this lady. I got to read underneath the
Okay.
picture. It doesn't tell you because most of them have, who's in the picture, but this one doesn't have who's in the picture.
Well, we know that's Leonardo DiCaprio. Isn't
Yeah,
that?
right there in
Yeah,
the
right
back, right
there.
there.
Yeah.
But a
Hmm.
copy of an NDA Diddy allegedly uses to keep his freak off attendees in line recently emerged. The documents, which guests are usually required to sign before gaining interest, prevent them from sharing information related to Diddy, his family members, current or former partners, spouses, and friends of business associates. The NDAs ask them not to photograph, film, or record, or have another person photograph, film, or record Diddy or anyone in his circle without his written consent. Attendees were also banned from posting photos on certain social media sites Diddy doesn't sign off on.
Mm.
So is that why loads of people are not speaking? Uh okay. Uh Q, I wonder how many cameras was, you know, located. Were they though? Because now, well, I don't know. Back then, that's too advanced because that just came out. Because I was thinking about those photo booth mirrors. Now that they have that take pictures. You know what I'm
And it
talking
looks
about?
like a mirror.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go to those parties where They have them outside of the event where you can take pictures with your friends before you go in. Um, so I'm just thinking, um, so will her statements be admissible in court? Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Q. So if everybody has to sign an NDA, you can't tell me that the party planner wasn't made to sign one. But she is
Yeah,
speaking anonymously, to the media. So
I think
maybe,
she broke her NDA unless there's a clause or statutory limit to an NDA.
yeah, I don't know, I don't know.
No.
I'm just saying, like,
Because you
how
think you couldn't speak to the media. I mean, court case is different, right? But you're
yeah,
talking to the media, so
yeah, I'm talking
that's
about to the media. If
yeah.
and it even said that the NDA stated that they couldn't talk to the media.
Mhm.
And they absolutely could not have conversations about his family, his spouses, anything that was going on at the party. And they couldn't
Mhm.
post anything without his permission.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm like, okay, well, is it was there a is there a statute of limitations, I guess, on the NDA? Because they're talking about from 2000, we're in 2024, that'll be like, 20 years ago.
Right.
Um, so I don't know, but this is why I'm feeling like maybe this is why more people are not speaking out. I'm talking about celebrity wise
Because of the
about
NDA.
these parties because of these NDAs that they signed when attending these parties. Um,
That may be. That may be. I mean, for what? I mean, I'm speaking now for what now because of what? I'm about to drop an album, so I need my name in the newspaper. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the purpose of speaking now? And you didn't prevent anything from happening. The man is locked up.
um, I think the purpose of speaking out is maybe a bit of a distraction too.
A distraction, yeah, that's
Because
another
there are
thing.
lots of things. I'm gonna put up this article now because that's a good segue into this. Because I'm surprised you didn't see this or have this. But that story came out, so people were probably mainly focused on that. However, this broke. Sean Diddy Combs pushes for release again. He offers far more robust bail package. So let me tell you what. So what happened was on Friday, which I didn't even know that he was in court on Friday. Did you see anything about this?
I know, I
Yeah,
didn't, but he got a new judge too, so
it
that's
says
probably
Sean
why.
Diddy Combs sought again on Friday, which would have been what, November the 8th, to be released from pretrial detention by offering a far more robust bail package and by asserting the government's criminal case against him is thin, according to a new court filing. And ABC News allegedly reported this. Let me see. I brought up that, but I'm gonna finish reading this. Combs is now suggesting this is what he's suggesting, so that he can get released. Combs is now suggesting home detention with round the clock security monitoring and near total restrictions on Mr. Combs' ability to contact individuals other than counsel. The producer and rapper was already denied bail in September, with the judge saying the government had provided sufficient evidence Combs was a danger to the community and a danger to obstruct justice and intimidate witnesses. He also said the defense's proposed bail was insufficient. His attorney said the new proposed measures should assure the court he would not tamper with witnesses or endanger others. The attorneys also argued the federal lockup in Brooklyn, where Combs has been since his arrest, lacks the resources to help Combs view the voluminous video and photographic evidence in the case in order to build his defense.
Mm.
Mm. Federal prosecutors have begun turning over evidence which the defense said undermines the government's case. Weird. That's weird that they would say that.
What?
Um,
That don't make no sense.
okay. This is weird. Um,
The federal prosecutors have begun turning over evidence which the defense said
undermines the
undermines the
case.
government case.
And then they trying to say that he can't view, he's not able to view all of the video evidence and things that so now they're in discovery, and it's the turning over of whatever the prosecution
Prosecutor
has
had.
against him to his attorneys, because everybody has to know everything that everybody has, and so that he can have a proper defense. But
Okay.
that doesn't make any sense. And like for me, um, how is a round the clock security gonna stop him from doing and intimidating people?
He has, if you have access to a phone, email, people on payroll still.
He gonna be at home with his
He,
goofy sons.
yeah, I mean,
You
and
know, they
his
do stupid stuff. They was out
goofy
there
sons
fighting
fighting.
RJ. So like,
You talking about Ray J?
I mean Ray J. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
what, how, I just not understanding how that's gonna stop anything.
I
Um
don't know.
and even so, what if he's in, because a lot of these mansions have secret uh passageways for you to get out
Well,
without people knowing.
it's funny that you mentioned that because the mansion in Florida has a tunnel that connects to another house. That's why 50 Cent was clowning the son that said, I can rap dead. I can rap dead. He made a song about, the Homeland Security coming in and bragged about, oh, you forgot the house that got the tunnel. You didn't even search that one, blah, blah, blah. So that's the one they didn't sell or he paid off. And it has a tunnel connected to another house that Diddy owns. So
Yeah, so I'm confusion. Like, how is this a good package? I mean, now a
I
good
don't
package
know.
for me.
I don't know.
Now this would be the ultimate package for me if you want to get out. That you be released to a lockdown halfway house with an ankle monitor where you refined to the halfway house, but he can have visitors there. Like I'm pretty sure he wants to see the baby love, because she had birthday without him, birthday party and stuff without him.
Who is
Um,
Baby Love?
yeah. So
Who?
I'm pretty sure that that is a thing that he wants to see, the mom and the baby and his kids. Um, but for me, that would be the package. You get an ankle monitor where you can't go past to make sure you don't go past the facility. Now you have certain security in place where only certain authorized people can come to this building. Your lawyers and your immediate family. You see what I'm saying? And absolutely no electronics. So you out. I mean, you out of you.
You out.
I mean, I'm
You
just
like
saying,
you out in
because
these
they
streets.
keep saying they keep saying the conditions of the Brooklyn jail is horrible, right? So
Yeah,
the
they said
halfway house,
it's the worst
right? So the
jail
halfway house with the
in
ankle
LA.
monitor, he can't go out of the yard, but at least he'll be able to go in and outside whenever he want. It won't be a thing where he locked down. He can take a shower whenever he want. He can lay down whenever he want. They're able to view in a private room whatever evidence they need to view, videos and whatnot, because the halfway house is a halfway house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think he would want to do that
I don't see
because
why I would. I'd be like,
me-
if he's not going to intimidate anybody, he should say yes automatically. Put that ankle monitor on. Go to that halfway house. See his family and his lawyers and mind his business.
Mhm,
I'm just saying.
mhm.
Everyone wants to see their kids when they're in trouble. He should have thought about this before assaulting men and women their part. But let's play the devil advocate here. Everyone have rights. He have rights, even as a criminal.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
He's innocent until proven guilty,
I
right?
mean, well, most black people are guilty until proven innocent. So that's what we'll go with. But he do have rights.
You
And
don't get
I'm just
much.
saying,
You don't get much.
you don't have many.
Hmm.
But for me, I feel like if you want to get out, you want to be able to have a little freedom and not be in horrible conditions. Tell them you're gonna go to a halfway house. Wear an ankle monitor.
I think
No
I think
electronics.
Keratin is right. My package consists of house arrest. Absolutely cannot leave. 24-hour monitoring. I think they should assign 2 to 3 people, police officer, and make him pay for it to make sure he is there. So on top of your ankle monitoring, you're gonna have officers making sure that you don't leave this house.
Okay, so that for me is an issue because he
Hmm.
already if y'all didn't know this,
Hmm.
um, when you get an ankle monitor, you have to pay for
Yeah,
it.
you have to pay
And
for it.
there's
Yeah.
money that has to be paid up front.
Yep. Yep. He
Okay, so
got it. He got it, girl. He got
I'm not
it.
saying that he don't,
Money ain't no issue right here.
right? I'm not saying that he don't,
Okay.
but he could argue that he have to pay for that, which is a service that he has to pay for monthly, and pay for a security detail. Not that he don't have it, right?
I don't think
But
Puffy
again,
will argue that. I know
no,
where you're getting
again,
at. I don't
I
think he
feel
will
like
argue
if he
that.
go for me, if he go to the halfway house, we don't have to worry about him slipping away or whatever, or maybe even offering to pay the security because we know that people can't resist money.
What
So
is I hear an echo. You hear an echo?
I don't.
Okay. Maybe my
And
thing is
Q,
set up.
he's absolutely in I would say somewhat of a special population, but because the conditions of the jail is so bad, it don't matter. Like for me, I'll just be like, you might as well put me in gym pop because it's just bad over here. Like the whole jail is probably like a condemned situation. Like, So go to
I'm
the halfway house.
I'm
Pay for the
wondering
ankle
if
monitor. Get locked down at night.
yeah, I'm wondering if how secure a halfway house is though, right?
It's very secure, and they have also have rules. Some of them have to be in. I think the doors lock at like 8 p.m. So when they get jobs, they absolutely have to tell their job, "Hey, I gotta be off at a certain time because I have to be back to the halfway house."
But Diddy situation is different. So if he goes to a halfway house, that means you're allowing him to leave? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said for me,
Okay.
for me, it would be um he have on an ankle monitor, so that will only be turned off if he going to court or something like that. We know he don't need no job, but um this would allow him the freedom to be able to view whatever evidence because they're saying that the facility at the uh Brooklyn jail,
They don't have
they
enough
don't have,
equipment or
yeah,
something.
they saying it's so much, maybe it's just taking up so much space and then they don't have no anywhere for them to be able to view on a screen because it's jail. Like they absolutely don't have things like
A
25,
monitor,
yeah, like
yeah.
all these monitors that he be able to and maybe not even the computers. The computers may not be available. There may not be computers or laptops available for him to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
they probably don't. They probably
do
don't
y'all
have that
think
either.
he should be out of jail? Absolutely, I don't think that he should be out of jail. That's my thing. For me, I'm just saying he have rights and these are options.
I
Um,
mean, based on the law, I think he should be offered a bond just based because like you're innocent until proven guilty.
I
Now,
don't think he
a
should be.
bond restriction, yeah, of
I don't think he
course.
should be offered a bond because he's not the average person. He has access to people who have money. Even if he doesn't have money, he have access to people uh who have money. And um if they don't do the no fly thing, I don't know what type of bond restrictions they would enforce. But he's
Well,
definitely a
yeah,
flight
it
risk.
would be the one thing, 24-hour surveillance, house arrest type thing. So
To
we
me, that's a
know,
lot of resources. So
well, he will have to pay for it. I mean, you want out, you have to pay for these resources.
just
That's what
just
normally happens, right? They got to pay for their ankle monitoring
they have
and
to pay for their ankle monitor, but I don't know about all that additional security and things of that nature. I'm not sure. And
mhm,
I don't want to say, something and I'm not sure about it
mhm,
because
mhm.
like I said, he have rights too. And in some cases, if this is what the courts are enforcing upon him, um,
Well, he
they may have to.
essentially he doesn't have any rights because they didn't issue a bond to him.
I mean, you just said he's innocent until proven guilty. So that absolutely comes with certain rights and procedures that they have
Yeah,
to
by
follow.
issuing a bond. That's where I was going with
No, I
that.
mean, they don't have to issue a bond. In that case, that's a hearing and the judge rules on it, and the ruling was no bond. So,
Exactly.
I
So
mean,
he
that's
don't
the
really have no rights then.
I wouldn't say that. Like I said, it was a hearing. And the hearing was on the bond, not on his rights. The bond, he just revoked the bond because of the intimidation. I guess some intimidation happened
It was
when he even
intimidation.
went to court. So, yeah,
That's why they didn't
this
issue a
part,
bond.
all eyes on me. They didn't offer R. Kelly a bond either due to the nature of his crime. And I think that because of the nature of this crime and because he has access to people with money, um, I don't. I feel like he should be let out or any bond should be set because there is still a potential for him to flee and flee to a country that absolutely has no extradition laws. And there you go. And his kids can fly back and forth and see him if he escapes. And that's the
Yeah, I think they gave up their
yeah, they had to surrender
passports and
their
stuff.
passports.
Yeah, so
Um, but absolutely they can't continue to infringe upon their rights because they have rights too. And they're not being charged in this case. So at some point, um, they're gonna have an issue with wanting to get their passports back because they're if they're not being charged, how long can they hold their passports? I'm absolutely. You know what? I think this would be a good thing for us to, and I'm going to reach out to someone for us to have a criminal defense lawyer on to answer some of these questions for the people about some of these bonds and things. How they work.
mhm.
Typically,
So what
and
was
maybe how
the
they would work in his case since he's has more notoriety than your average person.
right? What was the final outcome of this bond hearing? They said no, or
Uh,
they didn't really
hold on.
get into it, or he's thinking
Um,
about it.
it hasn't been ruled on yet.
Okay.
I think that he went to court to submit his plan
Mhm.
and on Friday, and I don't think the judge has ruled on it. It may come down today. Well,
Mhm.
no, it won't come down today because it's Veterans Day and the courts are closed. So Tuesday is probably when we'll hear something about this
Mhm.
submission. So I
Mhm.
think that
Mhm.
Blink for 182 Henry, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. Um, I think that Tuesday,
Mhm.
this will be probably like I'm gonna be watching for it.
A decision made.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Mhm.
watching to see, and it probably won't come down until like the afternoon.
The
Is what I
powers that be probably want him to stay in jail. So it's probably gonna be no.
I don't think that this is going to move or sway the judge
Yeah.
to change his ruling.
Mhm.
Now for me, I feel like maybe, and I just feel like they're going about this the whole wrong way. I feel like they should ask that he be moved from that jail to maybe a facility that he can view the evidence against him.
Well, I don't understand why they so. You got a lot of stuff to view. Okay, we know that. Um, w- a TV costs $200, a DVD player another 200. Buy one and keep it at the facility. And
This
keep
is
it in
not
the room where they have these large rooms where you're getting your court case together. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
this
about
this is
that
not
particular
this is not
facility.
Diddy's jail. He can't just buy things
N-
and put them in the jail.
No, but the lawyers could give permission to, I mean, they bring in other documents and videotapes and stuff like that. They do have a conference room where they're getting their stuff together. I mean, why wouldn't you have, you know, a TV and a VHS or video recording player to view your stuff? I
No,
mean,
I
why
don't
wouldn't they
feel like
just buy one?
no, and okay, so let me say this. I
Mhm.
don't feel like they're saying that they don't have those things.
Okay.
I feel like the issue
Hmm.
is that those things may not be able to handle some of the files that they look at, because now we have different file types. So he might have an MP4, an MP3, and the computer is not up to date. It's prison. I mean, they're absolutely
Yeah.
not gonna
So,
have
I mean,
the most up to date things at some point.
is the
Uh,
lawyer not able to bring his laptop in? Yeah.
I'm sure he is, but listen, my laptop get overheated just having to handle this. So they
Uh,
talking about a whole bunch of videos that they need to view. Um,
to me, I think it's an excuse. You're telling me $1 billion man that's worth $1 billion, I can't figure it out, and I'm probably paying you hundreds of $1,000, probably in the millions to
well,
handle my
he's
court
not gonna get
case.
any special treatment in jail. He's not
I'm
going
not
to have
saying the
usually.
jail. I'm talking about the defense attorney. And
No, they
if
need
I
to.
was P Diddy, I would be mad as hell. You mean to tell me y'all don't got enough whatever to handle this so we
These
could
people
view
probably
this?
haven't even been paid yet. I mean, I don't know if
I
this
don't
will
I don't know about
if
that. I'm
they
pretty sure they got a retainer.
yeah, but if his assets are frozen, they're just, they're out here just working. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot. He should not get special treatment. He should not be able to
That's
to
not
bring
special
anything
treatment. That's
in.
just the defense attorney doing your job.
Well,
It's nothing on the jail. It's his
he's gonna have to
defense
go through the
attorney.
proper procedures to be able to ask for what he needs, and not just you can't just bring things into jail and it's okay. No.
I mean, P. Diddy is not the first person that had a bunch of records that they had to view. I mean, this is not,
Oh, and I don't know about
you
this jail,
know,
and I don't know about this. I know that this jail is horrible conditions. So I'm sure things get broken and have been broken for a while and were not replaced. And like I said, that's still going to be a process, and they're absolutely not going to make it easy for him. So if there's procedures and paperwork and things that have to be filed in order for to get this equipment in, then that's what it is, and he's got to follow the rules to do so. So
I'm not saying to bend the rules. I'm just saying I think the defense attorney sounds like a bunch of excuses. I mean, it's not his first rodeo. Didn't the same defense attorney represent R. Kelly?
I don't
Isn't
know.
this the same guy?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, and
They had a whole bunch of
I
old
thought that
ass
he hired
videotapes too.
that white guy. What's that white guy's name that he was in jail with? Say he was sharing a cell with, and he said he hired his defense attorney to defend him.
Harvey Weinstein.
Nah, it was another white guy that they showed with glasses, a younger guy.
Oh, you talking about Sam Bankman-Fried?
Yeah, I think so. He
I don't.
said that he was hiring his defense attorneys. And so
I'm not for sure.
I'm sure it's like a
Let me
whole
just look
legal
it up.
team
He
that
does got a
that is
big legal team, so
yeah, I feel like it's a flurry of
that's why I
things.
don't understand why
I
they
feel like
can't
it's a
figure out a
flurry of things
DVD
going
player.
on. The paperwork and excuse me, videos are voluminous. They're probably coming in by the day because that guy in Texas has that 800 number, and
He did.
more allegations are coming. You would think his attorney had enough pull, take care of things like that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm thinking they're also giving him pushback, at the same time, just trying to make it difficult. So it's absolutely not going to be easy. What they need to figure out is a workaround. And what I would say is, I don't know if you guys know, but they use JPay in jail. They should allow him to have an unlimited JPay where he just pays, but he can stay on with his attorney for as long as he want, and it's sort of like a Zoom, so that they can be able to share their screen from wherever they are and be able to view this. Uh,
Well, I think this facility. Did we talk about the story how the feds or the state
raided
actually,
this place?
yeah. Did
No, we didn't, but I do
you
recall the
remember
article.
seeing this? I think this is just maybe a out to date facility, and they might not have Zoom or whatever,
Right, and
which
so
is
that's what
not
I'm
a
saying.
problem.
Right, but I'm saying if he go into the conference room, right,
Mm-hmm.
he absolutely gonna be shackled or whatever, and they could put the computer, whatever computer they have, laptop-wise, in front of him. So he gonna have one lawyer there with him, and they're on Zoom talking to the lawyers that's in the office, and
I
they be
don't think
able to
they even
share.
shackle them and when they're visiting with their lawyers.
Well,
I
then
don't
they
think
should
they
be able
in
to
that
share
restrictive,
they
you
should
know.
be able to Zoom and then be able to share their screen like that. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely feel like this is, a tactic from both sides
Are they
to
trying to say, "Oh, we're not going to be prepared
right, to
for the
draw
first
this
court
thing out
days?"
to
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just, oppose
Mm-hmm.
each other, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Justin, finally joining us. Justin's in the building.
Oh, hey, Justin. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so that right there is
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna get into something that's a little touchy. It's not touchy for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it's lots of questions. It's a question that I have. This will
Mm-hmm.
be our last topic for today. With someone that has worth billions, I believe so.
Yeah, I think he's one of
I
the
you know, I
top
don't
billionaires.
know. For me, I feel like he should have been asked for a transfer out of that facility to another facility instead of worrying about trying to get out, to a facility that is a little bit more up to date. Is it gonna be further away? Yeah, but you have been, indicted on some serious charges, so nothing should absolutely be easy for you. So I feel like whatever facility that he needs to go to in order to be able to view his information, whether it be upstate, in more cases than not, it's going to be like upstate and further away from, I guess he don't want to be that far from his kids and they can visit him, but
But
they can
how
drive.
practical is that for his lawyers too?
It don't have
So,
to be practical for his lawyers. As you said, his rights are limited. He is now an
no,
inmate.
I'm talking about actually viewing the case with him. They're not
Right.
going to be
It wouldn't
driving
be
upstate
difficult at
every
all
day.
because you represent him, you getting paid, so you get in that car and you drive up there wherever you gotta drive.
I
Or you
mean,
do what regular lawyers do. They get a hotel for a week, they go visit, they do their job. That's what they getting paid for. It's absolutely what they being paid for. Because 'cause we're not talking about no small retainer fee. We talking about tens of thousands of dollars.
no, I'm pretty sure he probably paid hundreds of thousands of
Yeah,
dollars for
so
his
he should be
case.
able to get a room for a week at a time or even a month at a time and travel up there and do your business. I mean, this is your client.
I mean, I think that's not even practical.
But
You got in
for you,
jail,
I
now
think
I
it's
got to stop what I'm doing. No, I got other
correct
cases and
because
stuff like
because I'm
that. That's
paying you
not
hundreds of
practical.
thousands of dollars to do so.
And then I have other clients that's paying me hundreds of
Oh, well,
thousands of
somebody else
dollars
better
to do
absolutely
that,
handle them
you
because
know.
I'm sure
So
that I'm paying you the most.
I just
And
see, like I said, that's kind of unpractical for
oh
because
no,
I don't,
it's not impractical at all, and it's probably lots of lawyers
and
that
that's
do it.
probably why they haven't did it yet. So
It's unpractical because he doesn't want to move from that facility because he's close to his children. And it's a convenience for the children. But his children are all of his children are not children. They all are able to drive and have cars. Uh, However, Justin may be getting ready to lose his car because he ain't paid
he
the car
can't pay
payment. So,
allegedly.
okay. I don't know. I don't know. Last topic of the day. Donald Trump
Hmm.
banned from nation secrets by defying ethics laws.
Hmm.
So there's a changing of the guard that has to happen. It's
Hmm.
called the Presidential Transition Act.
Hmm.
And the deadline for it was October 1. So whether you're going to like at this October 1st, you don't know who's going to win, and it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Both of them have to turn in plans, um, submit plans to the White House of their transitions. So
Okay.
what their transition is going to look like.
Hmm.
And Donald Trump missed this deadline for this Presidential Transition Act.
Okay.
Um, and so he is banned from the nation's secrets for defying these ethics laws, and as he should be because he already knows what he's supposed to do because he's done this before.
Okay.
Um, Trump was the very reason Congress amended the Presidential Transition Act law in 2019, which
Okay.
requires candidates to post an ethics plan with information on how eligible presidential candidates will address their own conflicts of interest during a presidential term.
Okay.
Although Trump's transition leadership has drafted an ethics code and statement to govern its staff,
Hmm.
NYT, New York Times, reported that Trump's plan was not included.
Okay.
So, while transition planning is private activity, it is deeply connected to the activity of our government and the stewardship of public resources. The president and the chief executive of the Partnership of Public Service, the nonpartisan group, assists presidential candidates with transition through the Center for Presidential Transition.
Okay.
And so his team has also missed numerous deadlines for signing agreements required to participate in national security meetings and to gain access to federal agencies.
Okay. I mean, what does this mean?
This absolutely means that he will not have access to information that he will need to know for foreign countries. So if there is,
I mean, forever during his whole term.
huh?
I mean, during his whole term, does this make any sense? I mean,
Um,
why even write this article? Because they're
because
meeting.
he didn't
He
turn,
has a
he didn't
meeting
do.
with Biden
Well, first
tomorrow.
of all,
Like, what are you talking about at the
there are
White
rules
House?
associated. There are rules associated with becoming president. This is a presidential transition act. He needs to turn in a plan, which he did not. So
Okay,
that means
so
that when it comes to things that are unrest that are going on in foreign countries that we need to know about, he won't know because
okay. That's why he's already talked to one of the Hamas leaders. That's all where he's already
he can
talked to
talk to whatever,
Israel.
he can talk to whoever he wants to, but there's
Benjamin
intelligence that he may
he's
not.
already talked to Ukraine,
What
Zelensky.
did I
He's
just say?
already
He can
talked to
talk to whoever
Putin.
he wants
The
to.
horse's mouth. I mean,
He can
literally, it
talk.
doesn't
That don't mean
matter.
they're telling the truth.
He's
That
already
doesn't
talked
mean
to
that they're
all
telling
these
the
people.
truth. Because he talked to these people don't mean they're telling the truth. That's
I
why you
mean,
have the
and he's
Central
talking to
Intelligence
Biden on
Agency.
Wednesday. Like, what are you talking about?
And Biden absolutely cannot tell him anything because he did not sign his paper. The only thing he can
What
tell him is, okay, congratulations. Make
you
sure,
just you pulled
we're
out
ready to
this
give you a
no
smooth transition.
you
But
you pulled out this article or what?
I just
what
said
what was the
how
point of this article?
he
Is this
is
going to stop
he is
him
now
from
the president
being a
elect.
president?
He is now the
No,
president
it's not.
elect, right? Okay.
Yeah, he is
How is
elected as the president.
how is he going to fully direct the country if he has no idea what is really going on? You can speak to these people all you want to, don't mean they're telling you the truth. They're
Oh my
telling you what
God.
you
You
want
you
to
know
hear.
what you sound like? A woman. A
Because
woman
I
that
am a
don't know
woman.
nothing.
Because I am a
Don't know
woman.
nothing. You're like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," like you
Because I am a
this,
woman.
whatever you're saying doesn't make
You're
any
gonna answer the
sense.
question or not. Just need to know why this man did not fill out this presidential
I,
transition
I
act.
I didn't even never
Or
heard of this,
it needs
but
to be done
whatever.
so that he can
Okay.
actually try to protect the
What
country.
you
It was
know, you
not
need to
done.
get on the phone and
Maybe he'll sign it before January. I
call
don't know if
Donald
that guy
Trump.
works. I don't know
I
if
don't
that
know.
guy works.
I never heard of it before, so I don't know.
The
I don't know what you're
Presidential
talking about.
Transition Act is absolutely something that Trump knows he's supposed to do, but he didn't
I
do.
don't
How
know.
can you sit
No,
here and
I don't know
bash
nothing
somebody
about
who
it.
is in
So I mean,
the office of the president when this is something that he knows he has to do? He's done it before.
Q out of DFW said, I don't know if Trump really cares about that.
Which is
Maybe he'll
alarming
sign it
to me.
before January.
I say I don't know if it
Sounds
works
like a
that way.
bunch of legal mumbo jumbo.
It
Exactly.
can be
Who
legal mumbo
cares?
jumbo, but it's
Who
something that needs to be done.
cares? Who cares? Who
The
are you?
president-elect
The
hasn't done it.
legal Smeagol police? Are you the paper police?
Figure
Like,
it
come
out.
on now.
It's not
I'm
about
the
being the paper
You
police.
didn't sign this transitional
I'm just
order. Like,
It's not
what
a
is
transition order.
this?
He has to turn in a transitional plan.
He has to turn in a. I don't
He has
have
to
your
turn in a
transitional
transitional plan,
plan.
and until he does so, he will not have access to any type of intelligence
Are you the
or
transitional police now?
okay? Just letting you all know about your president. That's it for me today.
No, that's it for me
Y'all have
today.
a good day.
That was
I'm gonna see
funny.
y'all on Wednesday. Okay? See
Okay.
y'all on Wednesday.
All right. You guys have a good day.
Sana dajon putula politika no pili